right, we are now joined by Kyle Larson, driver of the number 10 Kaulig Racing Chevrolet, the winner of today's NASCAR Xfinity race here at Darlington Raceway. If you have a question for Kyle, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start up front with Mike.
Mike Hembry, NBC. You got to stop with these last lap things, man. They're getting crazy. Did you feel like you were going to lose control at any time on the last lap?
Of my car?
Yeah.
I did. I don't know. I mean, I just kind of playing out the last 5 or so laps. You know, I was afraid because the first few he was getting away from me in 3 and 4, and I thought that I wasn't ever going to be close enough in 1 and 2 to be able to do what I did, get him loose and get inside of him. But the last 3 or 4 laps, he started getting really loose off of 4, which so was I. But the line that I was running, I could kind of make my straightaway a little bit longer and just exit with a little bit more momentum to where I could kind of just maintain down the front stretch, and then I could close on him 1 and 2, and then just kind of inch towards him the last couple laps, and was able to be close enough off of 4 to set up for 1 and 2 and do a higher entry into 1 and get my angle just right to where I could throttle up and get to his back bumper there and get him loose and get inside of him. And we just ran really tight to each other into 3, and we just barely touched into 3, and then kind of got us both out of shape and got me clear in front of him. And I touched him, and then he got in behind me, and it kind of turned my car, pointed me this way, said I'm sliding, and hit the wall. And then was just try to get I didn't want a wall ride or nothing like that because I didn't want to get a penalty or anything. So we hit the wall, and I came off of it, and I'm just watching in my little mirror, seeing where he's at, and trying to chase away from him a little bit and keep my foot in it. And hit the wall there, late exit, and about the same point when he was getting to me. So just a wild, crazy finish, and hopefully the fans all enjoyed it.
The replay didn't show everything. Did you hit the wall pretty hard there coming out of 4?
Yeah. I hit the wall late, basically the straightaway off of 4, just because my car had damage from the time when I hit the wall a ton in the center. So then I'm just tugging on once I get off the wall, I'm just tugging on the wheel as hard as I can and trying to feed enough throttle where I don't hit the wall too early. Like I said, my car was bent or broke because I was plowing on exit of 4 and hit the wall there late.
All right, we'll go to Pete, and then to Scott, and then up to Bob.
Kyle, after you got assessed that speeding penalty, you dropped back to 30th. How did you stay so calm and told everybody, hey, it's not a big deal. We'll get through this. How did you know that you'd be able to kind of make this comeback?
Well, I figured there'd be a caution at some point, and we would be able to put on fresh tires again. So I knew that I was going to be able to pass some cars, at least get to hopefully the top 10 before caution would come out. We were able to get to 6, which was better than I thought I was going to be. And then we got a spot on pit road. Was able to get a car on the restart, get to 4th. Then we had that final restart, and I was hoping those guys were I knew John Hunter was going to choose the bottom, and I was hoping those 2 in front of me were going to choose the top. And they did, and the bottom lane launched really well and was able to come clear to 2nd and then race him to the win. So had one of those guys chose the bottom behind him and I would have lined up outside 2nd row, I think it would have been a different result for me. So things just worked out there late, but we had a great car too to be able to drive to the front. That was a lot of fun. I could kind of run wherever I wanted to and not even really lose much lap time passing people. So great car. Thanks to Kaulig Racing for the opportunity to race for them. It's been a lot of fun to race for them these last 2 days, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity in the future to race some more.
Kyle, Scott Chansey with the Florence Morning News. In light of some drivers in recent years having won the Xfinity race here on Saturday, they've went on to win Sunday. Do you see today's win as a good sign for tomorrow?
I hope so. My race car in practice in the Cup Series was really good. I was maybe not as fast as some for the first few laps, but my long run speed was really, really good. So we'll see. I think I think the Gibbs cars will be better in the race, a lot better in the race than they were in practice, and they were still really good in practice. So, I think the 19, in my opinion, is probably the one to beat. He's really good here, especially in 3 and 4. He can run the wall better than anybody here by far. So I think he'll be the one to beat, but I think we definitely have a good enough car to compete. Just got to execute a little bit better than I did today, and not make it so hard on myself.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. John Hunter just said it was just good hard racing. I'm curious if you felt it was that way, and he said he hadn't raced you a whole lot, in that type of situation. So I'm curious if you had any question of how he was going to race there at the end.
Yeah, no, I thought it was hard racing, for sure. I actually I didn't have a big enough run down the backstretch by him, so we were kind of just equal with each other down the length of the backstretch, and I was nervous of what was going to happen into 3 because these cars get really loose when somebody's on your outside. So I was just trying to stay tight to him so I could arc and drive in as far as I could, and right at the end of the straightaway, we kind of touched, and it got both of us out of shape and got him tucked behind me. So then from there, we're just doing all we can to both come out the winner. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. He did a really good job getting by me. At the end of the second stage, I was struggling and was playing out similar, but 3 and 4 just it was crazy. So I was planning on trying to basically do what he did to me, was slide me, and he was going to cross me over, and we were going to drag race to the finish line, but we touched right at the end of the backstretch there, and it kind of messed both of our momentum up and angles, and our cars were just a handful at that little section of entry of 3, and then we were hitting and hit the wall and got crazy.
I know it's split second, but you hit the wall and bounce off it and into him. Are you thinking I'm going to win this race, or are you thinking, oh, I'm crashed here coming to the finish line?
Well, I hit the wall so hard in the center of 3 and 4 at a bad angle too. I plugged it with the right front, not really. Obviously I hit pretty flat, but I hit more. I led into the wall with the right front, so I was hoping I wasn't going to be broke. And thankfully it bounced off the wall and pointed me down, because I did not want to look like I was wall riding. A lot of times, when your car is broke, you're just pinned against the wall. So I was hoping whenever I did hit the wall, my car wasn't going to be broke to where I was stuck to wall riding. So yeah, thankfully it kind of bounced off and pointed me towards the middle of the racetrack. And then, like I said earlier, something was bent because I was plowing tight and watching my mirror and trying to get away from him, because I didn't know if he was upset with me or anything like that. So you're just trying to get away from him. And then, yeah, I hit the wall and he got to my door at the same exact time, and it kind of shot him and wrecked him. So, yeah, it was unfortunate that he ended up crashed. I guess he got 5th. So that's good, but just, yeah, wild. I don't really know, I haven't really seen much, so just crazy.
Go back to Pete.
Pete Iacobelli, Associated Press. Kyle, I know there's a bigger prize out there tomorrow and more work to be done, but how does it feel here on the 75th NASCAR anniversary, when you're one of the 75 greatest drivers, to come away with a win at Darlington?
Yeah, it's this is such a special weekend. Every time you get to come to Darlington, it's special. But throwback weekend, 75th season. I think we have a brunch tomorrow with all of us, so that's gonna be really fun. Get to see legends and Hall of Famers and everybody who's still alive that's on the 75 list. So I really look forward to that. I think it's gonna be a special a special kind of thing and morning for me, one that I'll probably never forget, getting to be surrounded by so many great race car drivers. So I look forward to that, and then great to get a win today, and hopefully we can cap it off with a win tomorrow too. So just love this place and love racing in the daylight too. I really, really enjoy this track when the sun's beaming down on it.
Any additional questions for Kyle? All right, Kyle, congratulations.